Gardening can be one of the most rewarding hobbies, offering the satisfaction of nurturing life from the soil and witnessing the vibrant colors and aromas that a well-tended garden can bring. But let's face it, gardens, like life, come with their own set of challenges. From wilting plants to unwelcome pests, every gardener eventually encounters a range of common problems that can turn their green sanctuary into a source of frustration. In this comprehensive guide, we'll dive deep into the most frequent garden issues and, more importantly, how to fix them. Whether you're a novice gardener or a seasoned pro, this guide will equip you with the knowledge and techniques to overcome obstacles and keep your garden thriving all year round. Let's turn your garden back into the cozy corner of paradise it was meant to be. 1. Wilting plants. Understanding and addressing watering issues. 1. One of the most common problems gardeners face is wilting plants. 2. It's easy to assume that a wilting plant just needs more water, but the issue could be more complex. 3. Overwatering versus underwatering. Wilting can occur due to both overwatering and underwatering. Overwatering can suffocate the roots by drowning them in too much water, leading to root rot, while underwatering deprives the plant of the necessary moisture to maintain its structure. Solution. Identify the cause by checking the soil's moisture level. 1. Stick your finger about an inch into the soil. If it's dry, underwatering might be the issue. 2. If it's soggy, overwatering is the likely culprit. 3. For underwatered plants, water them thoroughly, ensuring the water penetrates deep into the soil. 4. Mulching can help retain moisture. For overwatered plants, improve drainage by adding organic matter like compost to the soil. Make sure pots have drainage holes, and avoid watering until the soil is dry. 2. Pest invasions. Protecting your plants naturally. 1. Few things are as disheartening as discovering that your garden has become a buffet for pests. 2. Aphids, slugs, snails, and caterpillars are just a few of the many critters that can wreak havoc on your plants. 3. Solution. 4. Introduce natural predators. Ladybugs, birds, and even certain types of nematodes can help keep pest populations under control. Companion planting. Some plants naturally repel pests. For instance, marigolds can deter aphids, and basil can repel mosquitoes and flies. Homemade remedies. Create a simple soap spray by mixing water with a few drops of dish soap. 1. This can effectively deter soft-bodied insects like aphids. 2. Physical barriers. Use row covers or fine netting to keep pests like cabbage worms away from your vegetables. 3. Weed control. Keeping your garden beds clean. Weeds are not only unsightly, but they also compete with your plants for water, nutrients, and light. Left unchecked, they can quickly take over your garden. Solution. 1. Mulching. A thick layer of organic mulch, such as straw, wood chips, or grass clippings, can smother weeds by blocking sunlight. 2. Hand pulling. While time-consuming, pulling weeds by hand is highly effective, especially if you do it early before they have a chance to set seed. 3. Vinegar spray. A natural alternative to chemical herbicides, a solution of white vinegar can kill young weeds. 4. Be cautious, though, as it can also harm your garden plants if applied carelessly. Smothering. Use cardboard or newspaper under mulch to create an additional barrier against persistent weeds. 4. Soil problems. Building a healthy foundation. Healthy soil is the foundation of a successful garden. 1. If your plants aren't thriving, the issue might be below the surface. 2. Solution. 3. Test your soil. A soil test kit can help you determine pH levels and nutrient deficiencies. Most plants prefer slightly acidic to neutral soil, pH 6.0 to 7.0. Amend the soil. Depending on the results, you might need to add lime to raise the pH or sulfur to lower it. Organic matter like compost can improve soil structure, drainage, and fertility. 1. Rotate crops. Planting the same crops in the same spot year after year can deplete specific nutrients. 2. Rotating your crops can help maintain soil health and reduce the risk of pests and diseases. 3. 5. Plant diseases. Preventing and treating infections. Fungal infections, bacterial blights, and viral diseases can spread rapidly in a garden, often wiping out entire plants if not addressed quickly. Solution: practice good hygiene. Always clean your tools after use and avoid handling plants when they're wet, as moisture can spread disease. 1. Space plants properly. Overcrowding can lead to poor air circulation, which fosters fungal growth. 2. Give your plants plenty of room to breathe. 3. Remove infected plants. At the first sign of disease, remove and destroy affected plants or plant parts to prevent the spread to healthy plants. Use resistant varieties. Choose disease-resistant plant varieties when possible, especially if you've had problems with specific diseases in the past. 6. Nutrient deficiencies. Feeding your plants properly. Yellowing leaves, stunted growth, and poor fruit production are all signs that your plants may be suffering from nutrient deficiencies. Solution: 1. Identify the deficiency. Different nutrients cause different symptoms. 2. For example, nitrogen deficiency typically causes yellowing of older leaves, while a lack of phosphorus may lead to poor root development. 3. Fertilize appropriately. Use a balanced fertilizer that supplies essential nutrients, or amend your soil with compost or specific organic materials like bone meal for phosphorus or blood meal for nitrogen. Avoid over-fertilizing. Too much fertilizer can burn plant roots and cause more harm than good. Follow the recommended application rates on fertilizer labels. 7. Poor pollination. Ensuring your plants bear fruit. 1. If your plants are flowering but not producing fruit, poor pollination might be the issue. 2. This is especially common with fruiting vegetables like tomatoes, peppers, and squash. 3. Solution: attract pollinators. Plant a variety of flowers that attract bees, butterflies, and other pollinators. Lavender, borage, and sunflowers are excellent choices. Hand pollination. For plants with large flowers, like squash, you can transfer pollen from the male flowers to the female flowers using a small paintbrush or cotton swab. Improve plant health. Healthy plants are more likely to attract pollinators. Ensure your plants are well watered and fertilized. 8. Environmental stress. Protecting your garden from the elements. Extreme weather conditions, such as frost, heat waves, or drought, can stress plants and lead to poor growth or even death. Solution: frost protection. Use frost blankets or cloches to protect tender plants from early or late frosts. You can also move potted plants indoors or into a greenhouse. Shade cloths. During a heat wave, a shade cloth can protect your plants from scorching. Be sure to water deeply during hot periods to help plants cope with the stress. Water management. Install a drip irrigation system to ensure consistent watering, especially during droughts. Mulch can also help retain soil moisture. 9. Companion planting. Enhancing growth and reducing problems. Companion planting involves strategically placing plants together to benefit each other by repelling pests, attracting beneficial insects, or improving nutrient uptake. Solution: Three Sisters planting. This Native American planting method involves growing corn, beans, and squash together. The corn provides support for the beans add nitrogen to the soil, and the squash covers the ground, suppressing weeds. Herb companions. Basil planted with tomatoes can improve the flavor of the tomatoes and repel pests like mosquitoes and aphids. Trap crops. Planting a trap crop, like nasturtiums, can lure pests away from more valuable plants like cabbages and tomatoes. 10. Managing garden debris. Keeping your space clean. Decaying plant matter, fallen leaves, and other garden debris can harbor pests and diseases, leading to future problems if not managed properly. Solution. Regular cleanup. Remove dead plants, fallen leaves, and other debris from your garden regularly. This helps prevent pests from overwintering and reduces the spread of disease. Composting. Turn garden waste into rich compost, which you can later use to nourish your soil. Just be sure not to compost diseased plants or weeds that have gone to seed. Seasonal preparation. At the end of the growing season, clear out your garden beds and prepare them for the winter or the next planting season. This might involve adding compost, covering beds with mulch, or planting cover crops. Conclusion. Your path to a healthier gardening is as much about solving problems as it is about growing plants. By understanding the common challenges that gardens face and learning how to address them effectively, you can transform your garden into a lush, thriving oasis that brings you joy and satisfaction year after year. Remember, every garden is unique, and part of the joy of gardening is learning from your experiences and adapting to the challenges that come your way. With patience, knowledge, and a little bit of elbow grease, there's no garden problem you can't overcome. Happy gardening, and may your cozy corner gardens continue to flourish.